Nanotechnology is a branch of technology that is concerned with the study and development of matter in the nanoscale. It is also convergent because it brings together branches of science as one. There are three dimensions to consider on how nanotechnology works. The first dimension is the tangible objects. The second one is the active and passive components of it. The third dimension is the direct nanotechnology, which manipulates and structure the nanoscale. To further explain the dimensions to consider, we take this steel for example. The first dimension is the steel itself. The second dimension is its property, such as its durability, and combined with the nanotechs or manufacturers to further develop the material. The third dimension is the experimentation done combining the two materials, steel and the manufacturers, to form a new material.
The application of nanotechnology. First is medicine. Researchers are developing customized nanoparticles that the size of a molecule that can be delivered drugs directly to disease cells in your body.
Electronics. Nanotechnology holds some answers for how we might increase the capabilities of electronic devices while we reduce their weight and power consumption. This leads to companies develop nanotech solar cells that can be manufactured at significantly lower cost than conventional cells. Then next is the batteries. Companies are currently developing batteries using nanomaterials. One such battery can be recharged significantly faster than conventional batteries.
Then next is the food. Companies are developing nanomaterials that will make a difference not only in the taste but also in food safety and its health
Next
benefits.
and lastly is the better water quality. One challenge is the removal of industrial waste such as cleaning solvent called TCE from groundwater. Nanoparticles can be used to convert contaminating chemicals to a chemical reaction to make it harmless.
So, let's talk about the challenges of the nanotechnology. Among all the advancement of the nanotechnology, there are also challenges to come with this advancement. In exchange of the flexibility of the nanotechnology, the effects can also be a wide effect to our environment. The nanotechnology itself uses the advancement of the technology in order to determine and analyze because of its size. We know that nanoparticles is a atom-like size and needed an equipment in order to see the particles. The main problem about this is having a leakage and outbreaks of these tiny particles that can harm and damage our environment and also our health. The government plays a big role on stopping this outbreak because it's hard to track and the nanoparticles and it will cost a lot of money.
Ethical dilemmas regarding nanotechnology. Issues raised regarding nanotechnology should be further analyzed and studied, and the nanotechnology's method should be modified. Like every technology, nanotechnology is having some negative impacts on the world, which we need to resolve first before we take benefit from it. And these negative impacts are the uncontrolled genetic results or mutation, the new business controversies. The genetically modified organisms remain stable in artificial conditions in spite of natural environment. Next, sex ratio may vary because of the selection of sex. Nature is more perfect designer because cloning reduces genetic diversity and cloning will be psychologically and physically harmful to the child. It is imperative therefore that the expert and the government support the knowledge on how nanomaterials work for the benefit of society.
Nanotechnology deals on materials with a range of 1 to 100 nanometers, and it also discusses the science, the chemistry, the physics behind molecular levels as well as atomic levels.
What are the applications of nanotechnology?
It depends on the material. So for example, in our research, We are actually utilizing natural clay, nano clays from Cebu. Now we have this bentonite, so we modify it in order for it to be a functionalized nano clay. So we incorporate this nano clay in order to enhance the property, the mechanical, the thermal, morphological property of a material in order for us to apply it, for example, in membranes. We have polymers, different polymers, and then we hand cast it, we electrospin it to produce thin films. So we incorporate nanoclays in order for it to be a nanocomposite to be used for water filtration, air filtration, scaffolds. So there are a lot of applications for nanocomposites.
So, do you know any recent study about nanotechnology?
For the recent studies, since our group here in Mapua, our research, we have the Center for Nanotechnology and Membrane Research. Our recent study is the application of electrospun membranes, wherein we utilize it to be used for biomedical purposes, like we produce scaffolds. We also do antimicrobial materials, wherein it can prevent gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria in penetrating a certain material.
So, last question will be, what do you think are the ethical issues concerning the nanotechnology tool?
Currently, the Department of Science and Technology, Material Science Division, have a research on the safety protocols or safety precautions in handling nanomaterials, because since they are very small, for example, the nanoclays that we are handling, we cannot prevent it from entering our body since the size is really very tiny. So it can, when you inhale it, so there's a possibility that it will go through your alveoli. So the hair, the cilia, the hair in our nose can only filter particles that are 10 microns in size. So lower than that, they cannot already filter it out. So nanotechnology, so just imagine 1 to 100 nanometers. It can really enter your body either through your nose, through your mouth, even through your pores in your hands. So that's the ethical issue that we are currently undergoing research on it. So in order for us to really know how to prevent those bad or negative outcomes when you handle the nanomaterials. So basically, that's the ethical issue. We don't know if the material, for example, the material that we are utilizing are so small that it goes to the air, and then pag nag-rain, so it will go to our water resources. So we don't know what will be the effect of those nano materials. But there are currently doing a lot of research on how we can really be safe from nanotechnology.
So, that will be the interview for today. Thank you for
Thank you so much.
Thank you.